Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing? Welcome back or welcome to Bookie Monsters. My name is PK and it is Thursday at last. It's been a long week for some reason, for me anyway. It is February 29th. Happy Leap Day. Happy Extra Day. Let's check in real quick. Annalise says, "Hi, PK. Hi, all." And I said, "Hi, back." And Mary said, "Good morning, Annalise, PK, and everyone. Happy Thursday and Sadie Hawkins Day, a day that occurs once every 4 years on a day such as today, the 29th. Women can ask men to marry them on that day. People are safe for me today. Mary has marked them safe. They are also safe for me. I don't need any more." Annalise said, "Hi to Mary. Good to see you. Yes, it is a special day." We said, "Sorry I missed yesterday morning. Woke up very early and then fell back asleep. And the next thing I know, it was 8:38. Sleep is way better. Trust me." Leap day that is. Yep. I know a lady who apparently technically was born on the 29th, like a few minutes after midnight. And the story is, sorry, we've got a commercial. Her dad made the nurse change the date to put in the on her birth certificate to be a few minutes before midnight. So when she is asked her birthday, she always said it was the last day in February, and technically, I guess it is. I mean, what do you do? Some people are like only 24 years old, or should we say six, when they're 24. Math is hard. Let's go to books. Exactly. Just think about it. There are some advantages. Are you guys doing anything special today? Let's see, quick announcements. Thursday, we do have sprints tonight at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern. We may start a little early than that, a few minutes early, because with traffic, I get home a little sooner sometimes and get Keo walk sooner. And the snow that we had earlier this week has now melted. It's currently 40 degrees. 2 days ago, it was 10. Yesterday it was 10. So streets are clear is what I'm saying. And those sprints will go for 2.5 hours. I need to get to the thing I want to click on. I'm going to click on this. All righty. And if you guys want to, I can't, at least were you on the members only for Thunder Horse yesterday? Mary, it was a good one. It went long, but it was a good one, computer wise, towards the end. Yes, I found book 3. All right. So today being Thursday, we look at fantasy and science fiction. Let's jump in. Lore of the Wilds, first in that series. From the cover, it looks to be young adult. This is by Annalie Sbrana. Let's see. An enchanted library, two handsome fae, and one human who brings them all together. I'm sensing a throuple. A library with a deadly enchantment, a Fey Lord who wants in, a human woman willing to risk it all for a taste of power. In a land ruled by ruthless Fey, 21-year-old Lore Alemeyu's village is trapped in a forested prison. Lore knows that any escape attempt is futile. Her scars are a testament to her past failures. But when her village is threatened, Lore makes a desperate deal with a Fey Lord. She will leave her home to organize an enchanted library that hasn't been touched in 1,000 years. No Fae may enter the library, but there is a chance a human might be able to breach the cursed doors. She convinces him that she will risk her life for wealth, but really, she's after the one thing the Fae covet above all, magic of her own. As Laura navigates the hostile world outside, she's forced to rely on two Fey males to survive. Two very different, very dangerous, very attractive Fey males. When undeniable chemistry ignites, she's not just in danger of losing her life, but her heart to the very creatures she could never trust. And you know this is written by a young person because one male in your life is enough. Oh, we are cynical and snarky. Yeah, I saw it. It did change my life. Wasn't that cool? It has. It's already affected this channel. I changed my about stuff. Uh, it's going to be a rabbit hole for me. Let's see. This is Snow Globe by Sooyoung Park. This is a gorgeous first edition. Is this a re-release? I didn't think it was. February 21st. Never mind. Pretty cover. Moving on. These are kind of re-releases, but it is putting together two previous. I don't know. It gets squishy, so I don't know if we should do it or not. But you know, we're always kind of hurting to look at fantasy and sci-fi, so we'll take a peek. This is called The Book of Ilrian by Martha Wells, who does the Murder Bot, which I love. These are the author's preferred texts. Apparently, there's other versions. The element of fire is the first one. The king of Ilrian lies in peril, menaced by sorcerous threats and devious intrigue, when Cade, bastard sister of King Roland, appears unexpectedly at court. The illegitimate daughter of the old king and the queen of air and darkness herself, Cade's true desires are cloaked in mystery. It falls to Thomas Boniface, captain of the Queen's Guard, to keep the kingdom from harm. But is one man's steel enough to counter all the magic of fair? And the death of the necromancer. Nicholas Valliarde is a passionate, embittered nobleman and the greatest thief in all of Ilrian. On the gaslit streets of the city, Nicholas assumes the guise of a master criminal, stealing jewels from wealthy nobles to finance his quest for a long-pursued vengeance. But Nicholas's murderous mission is being interrupted by a series of eerie, unexplainable, and fatal events. A dark magic opposes him, and traces of a necromantic power that hasn't been used for centuries abound. Nicholas and his compatriots find themselves battling an ancient evil, and if they lose, death would be preferable to the fate that awaits them. Meow. Amazing how I can sell on Etsy. Yes. I have to watch the replay of the members only meeting yesterday. I can't seem to get into the swing of things since I'm back from here. That's okay. Take your time. Randy was just sharing an amazing website that I had never known about. Maybe I'd heard about it, but I don't. Oh, Annalise. Yes, Mary, it's so worth it. Yep, yep, yep. After she talks about when she is thumbing through pictures of that book, you could watch the part where it has pictures, the jewelry pictures, because the overwhelming number of them were ugly. I mean, the person who put that book together has really not great taste. Okay. But after that, all right, The Butcher of the Forest by Premi Mohammed. A world-weary woman races against the clock to survive a deadly forest in this dark, otherworldly fairy tale. At the northern edge of a land ruled by a merciless foreign tyrant lies a wild, forbidden forest ruled by powerful magic. Varys Thorn, the only one to ever enter the forest and survive, is forced to go back inside to retrieve the tyrant's missing children. I left them somewhere. I think it's the forest. Inside await traps and trickery, ancient monsters, and hauntings of the past. One day is all Varys is afforded. One misstep will cost everything. Yeah, I want you to go get my kids. We only have one day. You know, after that, never mind. Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Pornick. A girl with dangerous magic makes a risky bargain with a demon to be free of her monstrous power. This is young adult, if you can't tell by the cover. Liska knows that magic is monstrous and its practitioners are monsters. She has done everything possible to suppress her own magic to disastrous consequences. Desperate to be free of it, Liska flees her small village and delves into the dangerous demon-inhabited spirit wood to steal a mythical fern flower. If she plucks it, she can use its one wish to banish her powers. Everyone who has sought the fern flower has fallen prey to unknown horrors, so when Liska is caught by the demon warden of the wood, called the Lezi, a bargain seems better than death. 1 year of servitude in exchange for the fern flower and its wish. Whisked away to the Lezi's crumbling manor, Liska soon makes an unsettling discovery. She is not the first person to strike this bargain, and all her predecessors have mysteriously vanished. If Liska wants to survive the year and return home, she must unravel her taciturn host's spool of secrets and face the ghosts, figurative and literal, of his past. Because something wakes in the woods, something deadly and without mercy. It frightens even the Lezi, and cannot be defeated unless Liska embraces the monster she's always feared coming. In Ascension by Martin McInnes. Did this come out? When did this come out? If it's been, yep, a year ago. This one isn't necessarily, this is technically a nonfiction, but I wanted to look at it anyway. My Life with the Jedi, The Spirituality of Star Wars by Eric A. Clayton. In a galaxy very near and brimming with possibility, in this book, he intertwines lessons learned from the Star Wars universe with profound spiritual truths, inviting readers on a journey that touches on the epic and the everyday. Dive into an interior galaxy where the mysteries of the Force meet the depths of Ignatian spirituality. Discover how hope, that ever present virtue of Jedi and rebels alike, leads to profound decision making, renewed relationships, and a purpose driven life. Ideal for ardent Star Wars aficionados seeking deeper connections, spiritual pilgrims on a quest for enlightenment, and Christians craving a fresh perspective. My Life with the Jedi promises to be a beacon of wisdom in galaxies both near and far, far away. It is not endorsed, approved, or affiliated with George Lucas or any of those entities. Oops. Halo Epitaph. For those of you who play. Let's double check the paperback version here. Yep, we're good. Okay. This is an original novel set in the Halo universe. Stripped of armor. I don't really like the cover. This is by Kelly Gay. Stripped of armor, might, and memory, the legendary Forerunner warrior known as the Didact was torn from the physical world following his destructive confrontation with the Master Chief and sent reeling into the mysterious depths of a seemingly endless desert wasteland. This once powerful and terrifying figure is now a shadow of his former self, gaunt, broken, desiccated, and alone. But this wasteland is not as barren as it seems. A blue light glints from a thin spire in the far distance. Thus begins the Didact's great journey, the final fate of one of the galaxy's most enigmatic and pivotal figures. I'm going to double check the hardcover. Yep, we're good. Red Sight by Meredith Mooring, an imaginative new space opera for fans of Gideon the Ninth. Corinna has simple priorities: stay on the Navitas, stay out of trouble, and stay alive. She may be a red seer, a blind priestess with the power to manipulate space time, but she is the weakest in her order, useless and outcast, or so she has been raised to believe. As she takes her place as a navigator on an Imperial ship, Corinna's full destiny is revealed to her. Blood brimming with magic, she is meant to become a weapon of the Imperium and pawn for the order that raised her. But when the ship is attacked by the notorious pirate Aster Heron, Corinna's world is ripped apart. Aster has a vendetta against the Imperium and an all-consuming dark power that drives her to destroy everything in her path. She understands the world in a way Corinna has never imagined, and Corinna is drawn to her against her better judgment. With the Imperium and the justice-seeking warrior Sahar hot on her heels, Corinna must choose her side, seize her power, and fulfill her destiny, or risk imperiling the future of the galaxy and destroying the fabric of space-time itself. Isn't that a series on Netflix? On Netflix? Might be. Star Trek, Picard, Firewall. Let's add some more colons. I'm going to double check the date. Good. A thrilling prequel adventure based on the TV series Star Trek Picard. This is by David Mack. 2 years after the USS Voyager's return from the Delta Quadrant, Seven of Nine finds herself rejected for a position in Starfleet and instead finds a new home with the interstellar rogue law enforcement corps known as the Fenris Rangers. The Rangers seem like an ideal fit for Seven, but to embrace this new destiny, she must leave behind all she's ever known and risk losing the most important thing in her life, her friendship with Admiral Catherine Janeway. I am a Trekker, but I never did leap into Voyager. I probably should. Uh, this, I believe, is a reissue of her book. It says here 50 years ago. This is the 50th anniversary hardcover special edition. That's very pretty. Duh, it says right there, 50th anniversary edition. The Lady in Glass and Other Stories. 479 pages. A magical collection of stories, new and old, spanning across all of Anne Bishop's most beloved fantasy worlds. Here together for the first time, the shorter works are included in one dazzling volume. A master of bringing fantasy worlds to life, this collection showcases Bishop's impressive range, from rarities of her earliest writing to the realms of the blood, from darker fairy tale retellings to the landscapes of ephemera, and from standalone stories of space exploration and fantastical creatures to the contemporary fantasy terrain of the world of the others. Includes previously published and unpublished tales, etc., etc. I've not gotten short stories are not my favorite. Novellas are barely, as you know. The Other Valley, a novel by Scott Alexander Howard. Double check the date. We're good. A Goodreads most anticipated fantasy, science fiction, and horror book of 2024 for fans of Never Let Me Go and The Giver. Exhilarating literary speculative novel about an isolated town neighbored by its own past and future. They turned a verb into the word neighbor, and a young girl who spots two elderly visitors from across the border, the grieving parents of the boy she loves. 16-year-old Odalie is awkward, quiet girl vying for a coveted seat on the council. If she earns the position, she'll decide who may cross her town's heavily guarded borders. On the other side, it's the same valley, the same town, except to the east, the town is 20 years ahead in time. To the west, it's 20 years behind. The towns repeat in an endless sequence across the wilderness. When Odalie recognizes two visitors she wasn't supposed to see, she realizes that the parents of her friend Edme have been escorted across the border from the future on a morning tour to view their son while he's still alive in Odalie's present. Edme, who is brilliant, funny, and the only person to truly see Odalie, is about to die. Sworn to secrecy in order to preserve the timeline, Odalie now becomes the Conseil's top candidate. Yet she finds herself drawing closer to the doomed boy, imperiling her entire future. Interesting concept. It would be, I, I'm not something I'm not interested in pursuing, but it's an interesting concept. The Timeless Trials. Woo! In Orogi, this is by A.C. Guess. In Orogi, maybe, time is currency. Earn enough and you can live forever. Fall short and you will meet an untimely death. Ray's time is running out. When she is selected as the first female to participate in the Timeless Trials, the brutal games meant to entertain the rich. Ray knows it's a death sentence. Only one can survive the games. How many things can we steal from? But if she can survive a little longer, if she can set aside her dangerous attraction to the prince's brother, she could win the grand prize of immortality. Stuck in a deadly competition, caught between two brothers in a game of royal politics, and tempted by love, Ray must find a way to buy a little more time before her time runs out. Oh, look at that. Perfect timing. Well, that is all we have time for today. Authors can be so creative. Never would have thought of that concept, but interesting for sure. Yeah, if they can pull it off, that would be better. All righty. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And if you're watching it later, thank you very much. We do have sprints tonight at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern. Could start a little earlier. You never know. So make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell. Thanks, BKI. Good to see you, and Annalise. Good to see you. I'm glad you're back. Have a very good Thursday. Have a good leap day. And remember, you can go propose to a guy if you want to. It's apparently legally allowed. And hope you are reading good books. Take care of yourself. Be kind, not only to yourself, but to others, but to yourself for sure. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.